Paramahansa Yogananda, founder of the Self-Realization Fellowship in Los Angeles in 1925, was the first great master of India to live and teach in the West. During the 30 years he spent in Southern California, he dedicated himself to explaining and expanding on the teachings of the Old and New Testament. In his inspiring book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, he tells of his spiritual training in India and of his master's close connection with the teachings of Jesus. Yogananda's direct disciple, Swami Kriyananda, an American and founder of the Ananda Cooperative Village and Meditation Retreat in Northern California, recalls what Yogananda had to say about the lost years of Jesus.
Yes, Yogananda often talked about the missing years of Jesus and the fact that he spent them in India, or a large part of them. He told us once that the 3 wise men had come to the manger from India and that Jesus' visit to India was to return their visit. In his book, Man's Eternal Quest, which is a book of his sermons that was published by Self-Realization Fellowship, he says, God made Jesus Christ an Oriental in order to bring East and West together. Christ came to awaken the divine consciousness of brotherhood in the East and West. It is true that Christ lived in India during most of the 18 unaccounted-for years of his life, studying with India's great masters. That doesn't take away from his divinity and uniqueness. It shows the unity and brotherhood of all great saints and avatars. Yoganandaji was talking not from a level of scholarship, but of intuition. And when he saw the life of Jesus in India, it was from that level that he was talking, although he also mentioned that there were records in India, such as Notovich's, but he had seen it himself and spoke with certainty.
Is it possible that there were once records detailing the missing years in the life of Jesus? If so, what could have happened to those records? To explore the question further, let's travel back in time to 325 AD. The year Emperor Constantine brought together more than 300 bishops from the farthest boundaries of the Roman Empire for the first ecumenical council at Nicaea. Constantine's purpose was to create a union between church and state. At the council, deletions and additions to the church doctrine were agreed upon. It was here that Jesus was designated as the Son of God, that is, the essence of the Father, who was begotten, not made, of one substance with the Father. This was adopted as the Nicene Creed. Having proclaimed Jesus as the only begotten Son of God, Constantine now found the historical Jesus contradicted his newly established Nicene Creed. In 389 AD, just 64 years after the First Ecumenical Council, it is said that the Church put to fire the vast depository of ancient knowledge of the Alexandria Library, manuscripts that might have contradicted Constantine's Nicene Creed. Subsequent ecumenical councils further altered the original doctrine. It is therefore possible that somewhere during the evolution of the Church, the history of Jesus from age 12 to 30 may very well have been deleted from church doctrine in an excess of zeal.
In fact, one gets the impression that other things were taken out of the Bible, too. You know, the early Christians used to believe in reincarnation. The Jews believe in it. The Orthodox Jews still believe in it. And Origen, one of the greatest theologians, second to St. Augustine even, so great was he, said that he got the teaching of reincarnation from apostolic times. This teaching wasn't taken out of the Christian doctrine until 553 at the Second Council of Constantinople, 553 AD. They found recently that Pope Vigilius, who was present in Constantinople, boycotted that council, didn't go to it. I think there was only one prelate from Rome. They anathematized Origen for political reasons, and at the same time took out all his teachings, including that of reincarnation. But we do find little glimpses and hints in the Bible about reincarnation. About Elijah, for example, coming before the Messiah, Jesus saying that John the Baptist was Elias or Elijah. Many other passages are indicative of this teaching being accepted. For example, when Jesus said, "Whom do men say that I am?" the disciples say, some say Jeremiah or one of the other prophets. Jesus didn't correct them. for saying that people were saying that he was an incarnation, which is obviously what was meant, of one of the ancient prophets. So we get the impression that the Bible was tampered with for the usual reasons, which is institutional religion. When they try to institutionalize religion, they also bring out the more convenient things that will support their church dogmas. And this is what I think they must have done, and what Yogananda indicated that they did do with the Bible, that there were many high and deep teachings there that are not available except through the lives of great saints who lived those teachings and realized them in their own lives.